On this episode, we work our way through a list of 100 things to see and do at Walt Disney World and see how we stack up and how many we can cross off. Today's July 23rd, 2024. This is episode 687 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I am your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys! Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic, and on TikTok at MSM Podcast.
If you want to be part of the community and join the conversation, in addition to live streams from the parks and our weekly live show, head to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.
Planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating. But don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service. Happy birthday, Rhonda.
Thank you.
We're recording on Sunday, July 21st. It was Rhonda's birthday. So we just got back from a wonderful birthday trip for you and Lacey, though. Do you want to talk a little bit,
so
just share a little bit about that before we get into today's episode? Yeah.
Outside the bubble?
Yes. We went outside the Disney bubble.
Yeah. Lacey picked this. This is where my brother stays when he is in Florida for, I guess, what you would call winter, because he doesn't want to be in winter in Montana.
Yeah.
So they ride the Florida winter out here, and then they leave when it's around March. They come around November and stay till March. This is where he usually stays. They have added, this is a camping RV resort. They have added cabins, air quote unquote. And the reason why I say that is because everybody was telling, I was like, these are really just tiny homes.
Yeah.
Because like Fort Wilderness has actual literal cabins that are wood, and it looks like my parents' house where they stacked them. I don't know if that's true. They're probably all fabricated, but at least it looks like a real cabin when it's called a cabin.
Yeah. And the new DVC ones.
Are they not?
They look a little more, they still look like they could belong in the woods, but they're very modern wooded. Like, they're not cabin like
the old ones were.
Right, like the old ones.
The old ones were very loggy like.
Yeah, and these at this Island Oaks RV resort place, it's legit tiny homes. They're fabricated, pre-built tiny homes.
Yes. That
they brought in. We watched them back when we were there in February, visiting Rhonda's brother and his family. Like, they literally bring them in on a trailer.
Yeah.
What they did at Fort Wilderness,
Right.
They bring them in. They set them down. They're still on an actual trailer bed, basically. And then they build up around the bottom and they hook them up. These were old campsites they converted, actually. So it's like still all propane. It's running through that same camper sewage and everything. But, they're so cool. They're tiny homes. They're everything.
Yeah, they were really cool. It was weird.
But I'll be honest. Let's talk about what they put at Fort Wilderness. Like,
oh, like this would be much better. Yeah.
Because the thing that we said from the beginning is, it's one thing if you're going to replace the cabins at Fort Wilderness. It's another if you're going to replace them and make them DVC. And I think there should have been more options. These are they're still the same. Basically, it'll still sleep the same people at the new DVC cabins at Fort Wilderness, where you have a bedroom with a bed and a bunk. So there's 4 people in there, and then you have a pull-out couch. Bed or Murphy bed couch, so you can fit still 6 in here. But other than that, they didn't go up any. You know what I mean? Like, and in this tiny home, for example, the one we were in, it had in the back, basically what you consider the back is a bedroom with a queen bed.
Yes. Right? How do you think about that? Because the sides to me were so like, it's
tiny.
It's very tiny.
It feels like you're in a camper.
Yes.
This very much feels like you're in a camper. It just, is a house.
Mm-hmm.
So then out of there, though, you had a full bath.
Yes.
Now much larger than most of your camper baths.
Correct.
I would say. Then you have a kitchen living room combination area,
Mm-hmm.
which is tight, but it's got a couch for 3 people to sit.
Yes.
It's got a coffee table, full-size fridge, full-size stove and stovetop with 5-burner propane or gas, full-size microwave, miniature dishwasher, but
Very
a
tiny.
dishwasher,
Super funny.
sink.
Yep.
Then you have another bedroom with a queen bed in the back that, again, tighter fit around the edge. But then you have a loft area.
Actually, that was a bigger size around the edges.
A little bit bigger in that other bedroom. And so,
and then the
you have
loft
a loft
area.
So this place very comfortably sleeps 6.
Yes.
Which is the same, obviously, as what it sleeps at Fort Wilderness, but in a much better way.
Yeah.
Now, again, the new cabins at Fort Wilderness, I think, are perfectly designed for a young family with younger children because you can take advantage of those bunk beds.
Yes.
Now, Fort Wilderness, the old cabins and the new DVC cabins would not work for us now.
Correct.
It really wouldn't, because either, Lacey could probably maybe scrunch up.
We measured her today because of her birthday.
Lacey as well. She's now 14 as of
and
yesterday,
she's 5'3".
Saturday. Yeah, and has grown a half inch in the past 6 months. So yeah, I mean, I wish that they had done something more similar to this, but not with the outside look, because these outside look like tiny homes. They're all beachy colors.
Yeah, super cute. Little porch.
Yeah.
Had a nice 6-person tabletop with a fire pit in the middle, a nice propane grill.
Full-size grill.
Yep.
Like these were really cool.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had an
a good
absolute
time.
blast. They've got an amazing amenity area with a pool, restaurant, bar, tiki bar, a large hot tub. There's playgrounds. There's
a
courts.
lake.
Yeah, there's a lake that they put all these big inflatable things on.
That
How
was
that
fun.
I got in. You have to wear a life jacket on it just for safety reasons, of course.
Oh, majorly, because I feel like died a couple of times.
Oh, I know. I went out a little bit, and then I was like, you know what? If I try and run across some of these things, or I'm gonna jack my knee up, and I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was like a whole obstacle course on water, so it was.
It was fun.
Yeah, and they had karaoke one night, a live band the other night. Like it's a staycation. It has a feel of, Fort Wilderness in the sense of like, yeah, you could take a camper here and just spend all your time here.
Yeah.
Now this has a much more modern, elegant feel.
Yes.
Because it's not all woodsy and, and everything's not made of wood and stuff like Fort Wilderness with that old timey, kind of feel. But it was just cool. It was awesome. So we're going to do something I hope will be fun today. We didn't really know what to record on, to be honest. And we didn't want to put a bunch of work in because we just got home.
Yes.
And it's Rhonda's birthday, and we want to enjoy it, but we need to record today. So I just found on AAA.com, written by Michelle Palmer. This was last updated just a month ago. 100 things to see and do in Walt Disney World Resort. Let's see what we've done. How's that?
Oh, all right.
So she has this broken up into the different parks in Disney Springs, resorts, all of that. So we will start, and what we're going to do is we're going to mark what we haven't done out of the 100, because I think that'll be easier. Right. And I will mark them on a list.
And then are we going to do it?
And then we will do them. And now, do you want to see how many we haven't done and then just give ourselves a time frame of when to complete these by?
Okay, sure.
Okay. Instead of doing it first and saying, well, we'll do them all by the end of the year. And then, it could be we haven't done 30, 40 things. I haven't even looked at the list.
Okay.
So we're going to start with Magic Kingdom, and we're going to start with the first 2, which we actually haven't done. One of them we can't do anymore. But one is get a haircut at Harmony Barbershop.
Yeah.
We have not done that. The girls and myself, the girls have never paid for a haircut, and they've never had their haircut by anyone but you.
Correct.
I haven't paid for a haircut in 20 years, and I have not had my haircut by anyone but you in the past 20 years. So
I would do it.
You would do it? It's at the barbershop. All right.
Because getting a haircut anyways is hard, because I need to ask my coworkers, and to be honest, we all work so much that the last thing I want to do is a free haircut. So I've paid for haircuts in the past before. just like I did on the Wish when we were there. I did not pay for a haircut, but I did pay for a shampoo blow dry. So I could totally do this. I would have to check into it and make sure they can do my hair.
Okay.
And then I don't know if it's just a dry haircut or what, because then being a hairdresser, I would want to go, all right, well, I'm going to straighten my hair and we're going to go there for the first, because then I know I'm going to get a good haircut if I straighten my hair.
Right.
But if they don't shampoo, if they just, we need to.
Right. We'll look into a little
research.
bit. Yeah. So you can look into a little bit. If not, I can always just go and just get a haircut if I had to, right?
I mean,
that would be easy enough. Yeah, that would be easy enough. It would be weird. It'd be very weird if not had my hair cut by anyone else in over 20 years. Now, number 2 is do Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique. Now, we can't do this anymore. We don't have a child to take us.
And it's sad they don't allow me if like I was like, can I get my hair put up in a bun?
Yeah, and do the adult. Now, they had the adult version. I actually don't know if they still offer it. You know, they had that light adult version where you could get like some makeup and some hair done.
Right. That's what they should do.
But, you know, you did Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique for our girls growing up. I mean, you know, there were times that we were rope dropping. Rhonda did it that morning. We got up. I remember specifically we were at the KOA campground. Yep. And I think that's when we went with my parents for New Year's Eve. And you did the girls up in the morning. We got up in the camper, the pop-up camper that we had at the time, at like 5 a.m. or something. I feel like 6 a.m. You did their hair. You did their makeup. We had bought them new outfits. And we were on a bus, I think, or wherever. And somebody was like, wow, you got Bibbidi Boppidi Boutique done yesterday and they still look this good? And you're like, no, I did all that this morning. Yeah. I mean, and it looked legit. So maybe we can find, you know, somebody that's got a kid that plans to do it and get like the inside look and, you know, and go with them. Obviously, we're not going to be able to sit there and watch, but like experience it through somebody else's eyes. Yeah. Following that, though, number 3 is eat at Cinderella's Royal Table. Now we've done breakfast. We've done dinner there. We've eaten there 3 times total now. Yeah, I believe, right?
Because we did lunch with the girls when I was they were real young. Yeah. And me and you did it for anniversary.
Yeah, those are the only 2 times. We've not done breakfast.
So we have not done breakfast.
Yeah. So something we could. I mean, we have eaten there, but breakfast there is something we still want to do one time. So it was going to be a surprise to you as part of your birthday present, but you just guessed it. I just said, hey, don't forget you get a surprise next Saturday. And then you guessed it immediately. The first thing you said. I didn't ask you to guess.
I know. I was kind of maybe hoping. So we're going Keys to the Kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Yeah. So, I was just, again, talking about Magic Kingdom and Cinderella's Royal Table and all these. That'll be super fun. We have not gone since April of, I think it would have been 2016. It was our 10th anniversary that we last went.
Wow.
So it has been
We're celebrating 19 in April.
I know. So it's been over 8 years.
Wow.
All right, let's move on to number 4. Most everyone has done it. We can cross it off, which is ride the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. That's an easy one to cross off. Next up is eat at Jungle Navigation Company Skipper Canteen Restaurant. Of course, I talk about this all the time. I think it is such an underrated restaurant. It is real easy to get into. If you love Jungle Cruise, if you love food, you know, themed atmospheres, this place is amazing. And, you know, as we go through with these, you know, hopefully you got a piece of paper or pen, or, you know, if you're driving, obviously don't do it, but mark down, you know, I would love in the end of this, let's see who's got like the highest score, you know, at everybody listening. So,
and what does highest score mean?
Who's done the most?
Okay.
Yeah. So if you just do 1 point for every single one out of these 100 we're going to talk about, just let's see where you end and let's see who's done the most. All right. Going into number 6, we have not done this, which is the Pirates Adventure Treasures of the Sea over there in Adventureland, right next to Golden Oak Outpost.
Okay.
This is
free?
Free.
Oh.
Yep. Now, I don't believe it's open every day. Like, this is just, I feel like this is just like, hey, it's staffed, so it's open, but sometimes it's not.
Okay.
But you can go in there, it's free, and you basically get a little tour. It's like, I think it's like a little scavenger hunt back there that you can do in that whole area. And so it's one we've never done. Again, you know, it's just, you know, when we had the little kids and the little girls with us, it wasn't something they were interested in. They were never really big, I feel like, into pirates.
Mm-hmm.
They were always the princess girls.
Yeah.
And so we just never even thought of doing this, but we'll have to give it a shot
We
sometime. All right, let's move on to number 7. This is another one we haven't done. What is it?
Get a silhouette made as a souvenir.
Yeah.
Oh, like the people that
They do the
drawing?
They're cutouts. These aren't the
Oh.
caricatures. These are those little cutouts. They do on like black paper, and it's mounted on a white background. And they're right there, I know for sure, on Main Street, off to the right near your is it Once Upon a Jewelry store.
Oh, yeah.
And you can go there, and they will actually cut silhouettes of you and frame them. You can put them up in your house or whatever. So I think that would be cool. Maybe that's even one we could look at doing like after the Keys to the Kingdom tour.
Okay.
Saturday, because then we want to go see Country Bear Musical Jamboree since that is open. So we'll check that out. We have cooled off our number 8 with the Dole Whip.
Oh, yeah.
That is
100%.
I know I feel like we haven't gotten one in a while. I'm interested to see where Keys to the Kingdom takes us because, it's not a set specific restaurant and rides that you see. So
That'll be interesting.
It'll depend maybe on what we do for lunch. And then if we want a Dole Whip after, Dole Whip Day was just on the 18th, and Disney took you through all of Disney World and all the different places to get Dole Whips. But I think going here and get a classic pineapple or swirl. We really prefer the swirl when it comes to that. All right. See the parade on Frontierland to Main Street, anywhere there. Festival of Fantasy Parade.
We've done that.
Definitely done that.
Yeah.
And a few times recently we've seen it.
Yep.
We get to Magic Kingdom a lot more now. So, we've definitely made sure we can catch it. And I like when, obviously putting yourself in a place to watch the parade and enjoying it is great. But when you've seen it, it's really cool to be walking down Main Street as it comes by and kind of follow it backwards.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you see it a little bit quicker as it goes by, but you're not like sat and focused or anything. Speaking of the parade and Main Street, right there, number 10 and 11. What are these two? We can cross both of these off of our list.
Eat at Casey's Corner and see Casey's Corner's Pianist.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. We've done both of these, and that is really cool that the Pianist is not out there all the time. It's from 10 to 5 once per hour.
Yeah.
So only, one time playing a little bit and
top of the hour,
cool.
Go out and catch them 10 to 5 and it's a lot of fun. Get some corn dogs or a hot dog at Casey's. Maybe get there right around 2 and catch him and then find your spot, almost an hour early.
Yep.
Well, pretty much an hour early at the parade route.
Yeah.
Would be a good idea there. Number 12, shop and get a personalized ornament at Ye Old Christmas Shop. We have done this.
Yes, we have.
We've not only gotten Christmas ornaments for ourselves, I believe we've done some gifts.
Yes, we have.
From here as well for some different people, right?
100%.
Friends, family, cast members.
Yep.
This place is great.
Yes,
and I love walking through here year round.
I do too. Because that's where, unfortunately, our friend across the street, Russell, loves Donald Duck, and with all the 90th coming out, he's very particular and he doesn't drink coffee, and like they had all this amazing stuff, and his shirts he really doesn't wear unless they're sleeveless.
Yeah.
Like there's so many things. So, but they had an
it's not
ornament
easy to shop for,
right?
Even you go, all right, he loves Donald Duck, still not easy to shop for.
Correct.
Rachel loves Donald Duck. Buy her pretty much anything.
Right.
Yeah,
easy to shop
she's
for.
Going to be happy with it.
So they had this ornament, and I was going to buy it, and then I was like, what if they have it? Because she has a Christmas tree filled with just strictly Disney ornaments, and she could have had it.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't, so I was like, I got to get it. And then we couldn't find it anywhere else.
No.
It was at Hollywood Studios.
Yep.
But then we were at Emporium and couldn't find it.
Mhm.
Like I was like, oh my goodness,
We
where
didn't
am
see
I
it
going to find
Creations.
it? So we went through the Christmas shop, and
Yep.
there it was. So
There it
I
was.
bought it.
Yeah. So, and they're constantly coming out. We walk through there every time, and I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
here's a whole new section of amazing
Correct.
ornaments. Only thing is they're going from what truly was an ornament to now what I feel like are so many could be display pieces. First of all, so
Yeah.
many of them are so heavy you can barely hang them on a branch, even an artificial tree.
Yeah.
Like you got to go up to the top stronger branches. And then a lot of them are huge.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so
Mhm.
yeah, some of them, you know, I could see doing this more as you're going to collect them and you have some sort of display that you put out at Christmas with hooks
Mhm.
or, you know, little, they make little tabletop stands that will hold ornaments with a little hook. I could see doing more of those.
I got one from a
sometimes in
client
tree.
a long time ago, and I don't remember the time of year, but it wasn't Christmas, but it was an ornament, and it was a Disney ornament. And I think it was Rapunzel, and she didn't look Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
She was just a Christmas ornament.
Yeah.
And I just displayed her because the way she sat up without the hook and so I just sat her up out.
I like that
displayed.
idea. Yeah. Then any of them, if they at least had a flat bottom on that you could display just
and
standing
then
up.
when Christmas came, obviously I put her on but I just had her just hanging out with me all year.
That makes sense. Yeah. Next up, you can usually catch right here on Main Street is to see the Dapper Dans. They're doing 15 to 20 minute sets, all down up and down Main Street. You can usually catch them right at the front hub, you know, with the flag and right near
and they're
the train
super
station,
fun,
and they're just absolutely.
And did
amazing.
you know that during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, they are the Cadaver Dance?
Yes.
And that is super cool looking.
Best.
Yes.
Super talented a cappella.
Yep.
You know, barbershop quartet, just amazing. Best view of the fireworks in Magic Kingdom. I think number 14 is really see the fireworks in Magic Kingdom. Yeah, we love Main Street.
Buy a trash can. Just kidding.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, buy a trash can near the hub at right there at the end of Main Street is like our go-to fireworks location. We don't stick around a lot, you know, because for me, like if you're going to stay for Happily Ever After at Magic Kingdom, like I really want to be staying at one of the monorail resorts, you know, just easy to get back. You know, we're at a point now where the fireworks are going off at 9:20. The park maybe isn't closing till 11. So you can actually spend some time in the park, you know, after the fireworks are open. Unless you got a young one, you got to get back to bed. Like stick around until the park closes and you can do a lot because there's usually a mass exodus just getting out of there. Lineup number 15 saying must do, right? Line up early for the parade or fireworks so you can get the best spots.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, that's, you have to. And like we were just saying with the Casey's Corner thing, you know, get there, see the pianist and be there around 2:00. You're an hour early for the parade. I would do the same thing for fireworks. You know, at 9:20, you're lining up at least 8:00, somewhere, especially if you want to get along Main Street, because it's the best view with projections, fireworks, all of that. All right. Number 16 is see the Cinderella Wishing Well. This is over on the right side of the castle. So you can either go before you were to enter the castle, you could head down that pathway to the right towards Tomorrowland and turn left. And there's like a walkway area. Or if you go through the castle, as soon as you do, turn right past Sir Mickey's on your left and head down towards that way.
Yes.
Down to where Merida used to meet.
Yes.
Over there. So it'd be down around that area. Have we just stood here and took pictures?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm sure. I think we have some.
90% sure.
Same, and same with the next one. You know, the Cinderella Fountain, which is right there on the left as you come out of the castle.
Where she's sitting in her apron, and it actually has water coming out of it, whereas the Cinderella's Wishing Well is just
a well.
Like it's not got water in it.
Yeah, but both of these are
super
wonderful
cute.
photo spots.
Oh yeah, people get engaged by the Wishing Well.
Yeah. It's Sword in the Stone, number 18. I don't know that we've ever.
I think we have. We've just never been one of the ones that
actually got it.
Yeah.
To pull. Yeah, I know we did it when the girls were much younger because everybody again, these three are just amazing photo opportunities.
Absolutely.
Number 19, you got to ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad and see Billy the Disney Goat on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Done that.
Multiple
it's one of our
times.
favorite. There's rumors. I'd love, D23 is coming, and we're not, sitting trying to do a whole bunch of speculation because we'll just be wrong. To be honest. I mean, we'll do a D23 wrap up episode and talk about all the things that were announced and stuff. But I'd love to be one of those that we thought we were going to get with the 50th, which is a refurb of Big Thunder. Get the fireworks and the explosions at the end. Get the smoke and stuff like they have in Disneyland. And I don't know. I mean, this might be ready for a track replacement.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it's getting a little rough, right?
We'll
so
see.
Might be time. Also, a ride number 20. You got to ride Walt Disney World Railroad.
Oh yeah,
which we love.
Yep.
You know, if you're on one side of the park, you want to get to the other. You don't feel like walking. It's fun to hop on there.
And it's so neat to get on it and ride it because of all the things that you see.
Yeah.
That are kind of like you wouldn't see. They're hidden.
Yeah.
Like,
and you remember, if you go back when this was originally built, is that everything was contained inside the railroad. So it's neat to kind of see that aspect and to see the things that weren't contained within the railroad and what we could get here in the future. Another D23. Are we getting a Beyond Big Thunder Mountain? The blue sky idea of a Villain's Land and Coco Land, and that would have to be on the other side of the railroad.
Wow.
So that all of a sudden, the way that all of that could play in would just be super duper interesting. All right, we're going to move on to Animal Kingdom, which is next on their list. And number 20, want to see Divine. What in the heck is Divine, Rhonda, for anyone who doesn't know?
Well, I hope you know.
Is it a...
She is a person, but it is the most amazing thing. She is on stilts, and she is a basically vine that she has arm stilts, leg stilts, and she is hidden in the trees. And it is sometimes she comes out, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And she's over there when you're walking into Animal Kingdom. She's usually on the right side.
Yep.
When you go up that way, and it is just so cool. Like she's stunning in her face.
Yeah.
Because she's just green everywhere else in vines, but her face, she's always beautiful.
And it's so cool because sometimes she will be out kind of in the open.
Yeah.
A little bit, but a lot of times because she's basically camouflaged and hidden within the bushes and the foliage and all that landscaping, and you'll see people gathered around looking at something and taking photos,
and you're like, what?
You can't figure it out at first. She's not moving around or whatever.
What the heck?
When she's still within there, it's hard to pick her out, and it is such a cool experience. Number 22, you have to see Pandora, the world of Avatar After Sunset.
Yes.
AAA, I will talk to you later, who wrote this article, because right now you can't see, there hasn't been a time that you can really see Pandora After Sunset in a long time. I mean, right now they're closing around 6. Sun doesn't set till 8:30. Even in the winter time when the sun sets much early, a lot of times this park, sun was setting at 6:30. Park was closing at 5. So when Pandora was first built, one of the major things that was attracting people to it was this bioluminescent ground and
I remember.
plants in that,
because they were
this
open
is a
later.
Completely different land during the nighttime.
Yes, it is.
And we don't get to experience it.
Mm-hmm. Remember when they did it and we could go until 1 a.m.?
1 in the morning.
Yeah.
And, and I get Animal Kingdom, for one, it doesn't have as much to offer. For it to be open from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. doesn't make sense.
Right.
But I wish that even, maybe this was even like, all right, Rafiki's Planet Watch is closed down. Maybe the safari isn't open after still, safari still closes at just say 5 or something. But keep other areas of the park open. Like you wouldn't have to have everything, and I understand you can't have nighttime fireworks. It's hard to do shows. Rivers of Light wasn't the greatest thing ever, but we miss having a nighttime something to do.
Mm-hmm.
We just miss nighttime in Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like in general. All right. Speaking of Rafiki's Planet Watch, go see Rafiki's Planet Watch.
Number 23. Yeah.
So fun.
It's just a little train ride away, and it's a fun little train ride. And it's super neat. You can pet animals over there.
Mm-hmm.
That's super cool for the young kids.
They've got the vet.
The adult kids.
Yeah, vet over there. Like it's a cool experience. And
It
this
is.
train, it's not like a forward facing train, it's a sideward.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only open on one side, and you sit in these like layered seating, and you look out on this amazing train ride. It's really, really cool. Ride Kilimanjaro Safaris.
Yep.
You got to do that.
Done that.
You got in Harambe Village, you got that live band and the acrobats.
Mm-hmm.
Dawa is a great spot to grab
Yes.
yourself something to drink. There's a nearby popcorn stand that will have popcorn, pretzels, and then you have the Dole Whip, non-alcoholic, alcoholic treats right there on the corner,
Mm-hmm.
the stage in the middle, the market. Like this is a place to sit and relax. Number 26, one of our favorite things. Why don't you talk about 26 and 27?
I just started to say 26 and 27. It's eat at restaurants. One is Yak and Yeti, which is we do often. Excuse me. And we actually absolutely, love. And then Satali Canteen is ditto. Same as Yak and Yeti. We love it. We need to get back there probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that's one of the ones.
Unfortunately, we need to get there first before we go back to Yak and Yeti.
100%, and that probably will be where we potentially just end up doing lunch Friday. We'll have friends and all with us. We'll be touring around on Friday, doing Hollywood Studios, then hopping over to Animal Kingdom. So maybe that's the time to go ahead and knock out Stoli Canteen again, because it's been a while. Number 28 is see the winged encounters. The Kingdom takes flight. This is the macaws that will fly around above your head, and when it
opens.
Yeah. Well, no, they go throughout the day.
They do?
Yeah, right there in front of the Tree of Life.
Okay.
And this is super neat to experience. And then number 29 is go and earn all the badges with Wilderness Explorers.
We did that when the girls were young.
Yeah.
That was fun.
You could do this
and
as
you
an
learn.
adult.
You can
learn a lot.
You can, and you learn a lot, which is really cool. That is also where I got the bat thing, and you made a bat house, but we have no bats living in it. You need
number 30.
That's what I want for my birthday.
Is to hang the bat house?
Yeah.
All right. Now if you get you a 30-foot pole, good luck wrapping it. All right. You got to shop the Avatar merch in Pandora.
That's cool.
You know, we talked about doing an episode. It came up recently about the coolest like ride specific merch. And we want to do like an episode of like the best ride specific merch between Haunted Mansion, Tower of Terror. Just dropped a whole bunch of new stuff.
Oh,
you
they
know,
have
Pandora,
Stitch stuff. Yep.
Yeah, and a Flight of Passage and all. I mean, they got some incredible merch. Number 31, got to see The Lion King.
Yes,
it's so good.
I love
the
so
Festival
good.
of the Lion King,
and everything's completely back, so that's great.
Yes. Number 32, behind the scenes tours. There are a ton of them up close with rhinos, caring for giants, the Wild Africa Trek.
We have
to put this
done
on our
any,
list.
yep.
Yeah. So we do have a list we're calling kind of our Disney bucket list of just some things that, you know, we haven't gotten around to. A lot of them because, you know, maybe they're a little costly. Like, and some of them are even in combination with others. Like, for example, on our bucket list is to do the Halloween party and the Christmas party in the same season. And now that we have Jollywood Nights, and we are doing all three this season.
Oh my
right?
goodness.
So
that's
like
a lot.
that's kind of one of the things that was on the list.
Yep.
Africa Wild Trek is on that list.
Mm-hmm.
Now caring for giants and up close with rhinos are definitely a little bit more cost effective and cost efficient.
Why are you allowed to touch them?
No, they're cheaper. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
You're not touching animals here, but you get up close to them. But
I want to touch them.
Yeah, we really want to do Wild Africa Trek.
Yeah.
So bad. No touching animals. You got to go to Rafiki's Planet Watch to touch any animals. Number 33, ride Navi River Journey.
Mm-hmm.
We love this.
I like it a lot. Yeah. I really do. It's gorgeous. And I feel like every time there's almost something like I feel like new / I'm like, how's that being done? That's my favorite part. Like, how is that being done?
Yeah.
So, because the way they have the screens and the water and
it's a wonderful combination.
It really is.
And Tiana's Bayou Adventure would borrow from some of this,
Yeah.
you know, with some of the screen usage and the different animatronics and different, you know, scenery and all throughout. Number 34 is to make your own avatar.
Yeah, we've not done that. We've seen it for years now.
I know. So we're gonna have to do it now.
Okay.
And who do you think we would get an avatar of? Me?
Mm.
All right. So we will make an avatar of me at some point.
Because you're
we'll
so tall.
We'll put
I feel like
fit the Nave.
Yeah.
Number 35. Get a photo at the best place. With the Tree of Life behind you, but also you can catch Everest. There is that spot, right? That little corner nook almost where the monkeys are. And then you're heading from Asia to Africa and towards Expedition Everest and all. It'll be there on the right, and it's like the ultimate photo spot.
Yeah.
So you got to catch pictures there. It's about either Everest, Tree of Life, and get both of them. Now, number 36, we lost, but that was to see those character flotillas that were coming around, you know, the It was their cavalcade, basically, that would come around on the water. They're not doing them anymore.
They're not?
No.
When did that
we
happen?
Loved them. It's been a couple weeks, I think, now. They shut them
Because I'm
down.
like, they were
Yeah.
the
I think
last
it's literally
time we
been
were
since
there.
June 14th that they updated this article, if I remember correctly. So they're gone. I really like that.
Yeah.
So bring us all those characters as meet and greets then, or something, because we miss them. You got to see the Tree of Life as number 37. And, you could easily say, well, everybody who walks into Animal Kingdom does this, and you're right. But, like, truly see it.
Yeah.
Go for now. It's tough to be a bug until they close it down. You
Yep.
get a lot more close and personal in that queue as you walk through.
Mm-hmm.
You can see all the carvings.
That's so cool.
Absolutely amazing.
And it is pretty at night if
I know.
it's
If they could stay open late
open
enough. Right.
at night.
What's number 38? Talking
Which-
food.
Yep. And of course, we've done this and Eat at Nomad Lounge. That is so wonderful. It's tucked away if you're not familiar with it, right next to Tiffin's, but it's outside, inside, and it is beautiful. And it is a nice just time to relax.
Yeah.
Have a drink, put your feet up if you're on a couch outside. Let the kids relax.
Yeah.
Have some food. Enjoy.
Like, this is one of those things that helps extend your day at Animal Kingdom. If you don't have a park hopper
Yep.
or whatever reason, you're like, hey, this is just an Animal Kingdom day, but you don't want to be done by 1 p.m. Like, you want to relax and get through your day, Nomad Lounge.
Yes.
You can do the
100%.
walk up. I would get, when they open, I would go do and at least get on the walk up list and put that somewhere in your mid to very early afternoon plans if you can. Number 39, again, something that we can't currently experience, which is see the Tree of Life Awakenings. This is their kind of nighttime show that uses projections on the Tree of Life, but we got to get Animal Kingdom to stay open past dark.
We do.
And what is the final one here? I got to add to our list, and maybe this is one if we have time to knock out
We've
on
seen
Saturday. Not the latest incarnation.
Finding Nemo,
Yep.
the Big Blue and
Yep.
Beyond.
We have not seen the latest incarnation.
Oh,
So that's something we
okay.
got to do. Yeah.
okay.
Let's move on to Disney's Hollywood Studios. What is number 41, Rhonda? Because we do it.
Oga's Cantina.
Yeah.
We've done it quite a few times.
We have.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Very
and it's a lot easier to
fun.
get into now. You can find
It is.
last minute reservations. You can do walk-ups.
Which is nice.
And, I think whether you're a Star Wars fan or not, whether you're an alcoholic drinker or not, now this confuses a lot of people because they go to make a reservation and it will say breakfast, lunch, dinner time. They don't look at the menu. They think there's food here.
Yeah,
there really
there's-
isn't. There's a couple little tiny snacks.
Correct.
So this is what you do before you maybe go have a sit-down meal
100%.
somewhere or hit quick service over at Docking Bay 7, but everyone should do it. What else should everyone do? Even if it's not like our favorite show ever, it is amazing.
It is, and that's to see Phantasmic. It was great when we saw it. In fact, I was like, oh, wow, I kind of want to see it again.
Yeah.
So,
it really is good. I just,
yeah.
I think it was, I don't know if it was, it was last episode, I think, when we built our, ultimate WDW park, that it's just, I'm just ready for something new.
Yeah.
Or do some sort of major upgrade or something. I don't know. All right, number 43, the holidays are coming, and it is
Yes.
recommended you see Sunset Seasons Greetings.
Absolutely.
Right?
That's
right
right
down
there on
down
Tower
Sunset
of
Boulevard. Yep. Looking at the Tower of
Oh,
Terror.
it's so cool. I'm excited.
It is one of my
Excited for
favorite
holidays.
holiday things to do
Yeah.
at Disney World.
Yep.
And we've said before, when you want to really talk the holiday feeling and the decor, like Hollywood Studios is amazing because it's
Yep.
throughout. Whereas Magic Kingdom really focuses on Main Street. Hollywood Studios, you got it through Toy Story Land. You've got it all up and down Hollywood and Sunset Boulevards.
Mhm.
Like it's awesome throughout. Number 44, 45, 46. They're all food. What places are must to eat at Hollywood Studios? And I think we'd agree with all these, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Eat at Hollywood Brown Derby or the Brown Derby Lounge. You can get
Bonus
both
point if you do
menu.
both.
Yep, and we've done them.
We have.
Eat at 50's Prime Time, which is really good. We've
And
done
the
that.
food is
and
spectacular,
the food's very
right?
good.
Yeah.
We've had the healthy and then we've had the non-healthy.
Yep.
We've had the Mama's Fried Chicken. Fantastic.
Spoiler alert, the non-healthy is better.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
Get the fried chicken.
Yeah, 100%. And then the last food on this one right now is Sci-Fi Dine-In Theater, which we just did, and we just had an episode covering a little bit of that too, which just get a great burger.
Yes.
Super good.
Yeah.
Get a milkshake. We have not done that. We need to make an appointment.
Reservation.
A reservation.
They're technically the same.
And go in and just get dessert.
Yeah.
Because we have not done that. And every time we're full, because we do eat here and it's all been good, except Jeremy's Baja
Pork on pork.
burger.
Yeah, it was just too porky.
Too porky.
The pork on pork was too porky.
But it wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't.
It was still good.
It was exactly as advertised.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to do this.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I agree.
because
Well,
Rachel had one and like I've heard they're
like I said,
really good.
I would go back and get wings because I think they're the best wings on property.
And a milkshake?
Yeah, and milkshakes. Or maybe even the onion rings, and actually make that
Wings.
almost like your meal.
Yeah, there you go. Wings, onion
rings, and
shakes.
Yeah, I know. But for me,
Shakes, rings, and wings.
Okay,
No.
that sounds better.
No, I
Yeah.
don't know. All right, moving on.
So, moving on, number 47 at Hollywood Studios. You got to see the footprints all over Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So, on Batuu, really what you need to do is just take in Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, 100%.
Walk around and look at all the details. For example, R2-D2's tracks near the droid depot. You can follow them around to those two animatronic droids that are kind of over closer to the milk stand. And those tracks were made with one of the R2-D2s from the movies.
Oh, that's really cool.
Isn't that cool?
That
So
is.
all those attention to details, you want to look around. What is a recommended ride here, Rhonda, that you gotta do?
Slinky Dog Dash.
Yes.
Super fun.
I love Slinky Dog.
Yeah, it is cute. It is a height requirement, but it is almost great for the whole family.
Yeah. It's
So,
a good family coaster.
yeah, it is.
Also there in Toy Story Land, I wouldn't. Well, I probably would put this if I was making my ultimate list, is to eat at Roundup Rodeo.
Why not? It's good.
It is good. I
And
just
it's
know
fun,
I
and
just
it's a
know that people's
neat-
experiences food-wise here are very 50-50.
Well, okay, then hopefully you get a 50% great one.
And that's what you're doing. You get
Because-
50% crap.
Well, if you get the crap, I mean, it is a fun experience.
Is it worth the price even if your food does not be up to what you would have loved
I
based
would
on
think yes.
atmosphere, experience, all of
Yes,
that? Is
I
it
would
still
think-
worth the money?
Yes, I would think
Okay,
yes
yeah.
because you're not getting everything food bad.
Right.
If it's one meat or something, but the sides are usually good. Like the mac,
If-
they can't.
I
feel
think
like
if you come
can't-
out of here, and you say every single thing I ate was bad, then you're looking for problems, or I just don't know how to please you,
correct,
which is possible too. But
right,
yeah,
or you're just
I mean,
you need to be. You not need to be here. You need
Yeah.
to be at a Hollywood
you're
Brown
not-
Derby
yeah.
or a Victorian
you probably
Alberts or
should.
something.
'Cause
Don't come here then.
You're not getting, and we're never say like you're not getting award-winning barbecue
Right.
here, but you're getting again that neighbor who knows how to cook.
Mhm.
That's what you're getting.
And then if they mess up, come on, we're all human, man.
Right.
Give us a break.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, you're not getting all bad food.
Right.
So
It's definitely worth doing. See the celebrity handprints at the Chinese theater
yeah.
there. It is really cool to walk around
It
right in
is.
front of Mickey and Minnie's.
Yep.
There are some areas that it's a little bit harder. The queue is mostly off to the right, and
Yep.
then you have a little bit of the lightning lane and DAS return on the left there. But you can still go up and walk within that entire kind of courtyard area and just look at all the handprints and all. It's really, really cool to see. What is number 51? And I agree.
Whew,
Take the
we're
time.
only halfway through.
We are.
All right.
We move through a little bit quicker, and we'll get to your
Okay.
birthday festivities of sitting around on our butts.
Yes.
I'm excited for it.
We have seen and done, and this is super cool to go do, Walt Disney Presents and Walt Disney One Man's Dream. That is really, really cool to go in there and see Walt's dream, basically. It is incredible.
It's amazing. It's
It's
the whole story.
moving.
Yeah. There's miniatures. There's
Mhm.
props. There's all kinds of incredible stuff in here.
You can meet
um,
Ariel then back there.
Yep. You can meet the
And
live action
then
Ariel, and then
see a
movie
snippet.
previews.
Yep,
you
of
know,
something. Mhm.
I don't remember the last time they were playing One Man's Dream in that theater.
yeah.
I think it's just been movie previews forever. But usually, then outside of that area, they'll also have props. Like right now, I believe it's from Rise of Red that they have actual worn costuming and props from the new Descendants movie, Rise of Red.
Nice
soundtrack, straight fire.
Who are you, a child?
It's so good.
Yeah,
like
that is good.
It might be my favorite Descendants soundtrack.
Ooh.
It is outstanding. I thought the movie was very, very good.
We probably just need to watch it again.
I just think they buttoned it up way too much at the end. I wish it would have actually been a little bit longer. I don't often say that about movies.
No, you don't.
All right. Number 52, go to Star Wars Launch Bay.
Yeah.
You can meet Chewie over there. You can meet BB-8. I believe that's where they have the Visa card holder meeting Vader right now. That may be over in the Star Tours building, and you can just meet Vader here regularly with everyone the way it used to be. Or Kylo's over here. I'm sorry. Yeah, Kylo Ren's over here. Vader is over at Star Tours with the Visa card number 1. What about doing Savi's Workshop? We have done
super
this.
fun.
Android Depot is number 53 and number 54.
We've done both of these.
Yeah.
Droid Depot was super fun. Savi's Workshop, that was where you got your lightsaber and you loved it. So
it was absolutely incredible. Not the biggest Star Wars fan. I like it, but I'm by no means like a big fan. And this experience was worth every
Where is
single
that
penny
thing,
of it.
by the
It's
way?
right behind you on your right side. Yeah, this was worth every single penny. It is incredible. It is so much fun. Number 55, we haven't done in its current incarnation,
but we've done,
which is see Disney Junior Play and Dance.
But we've done it with the girls when we were
when it was the older show. It was still the Disney Junior, but it is the newer one.
This.
We can go do it as adults. We don't have to have a child with us. I'm putting number 55,
Lord.
Play and Dance, on our list to do. What about number 56? We did this very recently.
Yeah.
And number 57, I'd kind of lump these two together, except one's really good and one is not.
See Beauty and the Beast live on stage, which we done
Love it.
recently. Great. Loved it. Super cool. The actors and actresses are amazing.
Yeah.
And then 57 is See Lightning McQueen Racing Academy. That is my one and done.
Yeah.
I've done it. I don't
If you're
ever
a Cars
need to
fan,
do it again.
it's wonderful. But there's not a lot to it.
Sure.
It's a great Lightning McQueen animatronic, and then it's a bunch of screens while you're sitting on hard metal benches with no backs. But if you're a Cars fan, definitely go see it. But this could take a bulldozer to it and give us something new, and I don't think there'd be a lot of tears being
Not
shed
from me.
overall. No. Let's say next, you can ride and get the most amazing views from the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
Oh, yeah.
We've done this many times.
Yep.
Love it.
You love it.
Number 59 is go on, not just ride Star Tours,
Yeah.
but ride it multiple times.
Yeah.
So that you can see the different random sequences as they bring them to you. And we have done this.
Yep.
I've done on Days of New Scenes. I think it was when Rise of Skywalker came out.
Didn't you do like 4 or 5 times?
Yeah, to catch every single new scene. I went back to back to back, and it was so much fun. And then finally here at Hollywood Studios is to see the Green Army Drum Corps
Oh,
as
it's
they make
super
their way
cool.
through Toy Story Land.
It really is.
Incredible.
It is really cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
you got to catch that.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to Epcot. What is our number 61?
Turtle
Star Tours
Talk
at
with
Epcot.
Crush.
So good. Love it.
Yep.
It is one we want to get back to, but we have done. So it gets to go cross off the list.
Yep.
All right. How about number
so does this
62?
one.
Yeah.
Meet Figment and Imagination Works. We've done
he's
that.
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So number 63, one of our favorites, and I do think it is a must do. And then we will also pair that with number 64,
Oh, yeah.
which we did last year.
Living with the Land, and then the Behind the Scenes tour at the Land. And then I was just going to say, if it wasn't on here, I would have said paired it with that because
it's like $50 a person.
it is. It's pretty cheap and it's fantastic.
You do get you don't get to touch animals at Animal Kingdom, but you do get to touch
the
one
plant.
plant. Yes,
Stanley.
you get to touch Stanley here.
And it is a mimosa paducah.
Yep.
And I ordered some seeds and was trying to grow one.
And Bucky Barnes
Barnes ate it. But then how I just think plants are amazing and I don't have a green thumb and I just say that this is all God and we just put it out there. We have a pretty decent sized Stanley right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Out there growing?
Yes.
I should go out back more often.
You should.
All right, I want to see it after.
Ours
is named Cusco. No
he,
touchy.
He is in the sun, and right now, unfortunately, like I don't know where I really need to keep it.
Yeah.
But it like closes up.
Everybody thinks we're crazy
day.
that doesn't know what we're talking about. Yeah. It has a defensive mechanism that actually closes like the leaves together. Yep. So if you go to touch it, like it'll all close up, and same thing with the heat. Like I think they open at night and they're closed during the day to
it's
protect
almost
themselves.
like a
it's
scared
amazing.
plant because like one time some of it was open and I was trying to move something or do something and the whole pot vibrated and everything closed.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's like it gets scared.
Yeah.
It is the coolest thing.
It is super cool.
Number 65, cool off and get free soda in Club Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I will add that to make this count, you got to have the Beverly. Right?
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
We still do every once in a while. I'll still pop in here. I don't know they're not very well labeled as what's caffeine free or not. So maybe I need to go in one time and talk with one of the cast members and just say, hey, out of curiosity, like what options are caffeine free here? 66, shop the stores and the pavilions in Epcot's World Showcase.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is one of those times where during the festivals, those scavenger hunts are so awesome because it'll take you into places you don't normally see.
Yep.
I think you could do a store scavenger hunt. Just say, you know what? I'm going to walk into today. We're going to walk into every store, in at least one store in each of the pavilions, all around World Showcase, and you will see and experience and witness so much.
Yeah.
Going along with that, and coming up on August 29th, we will be there opening day to take it all in. Is do the International Food and Wine Festival.
Mm-hmm.
Also recommended that you do the International Festival of the Arts and number 69, International Flower and Garden Festival.
Mm-hmm. And then for Christmas.
Yeah, the AAA is not technically recommending that you got to do International Festival of the Holidays, but what are they recommending at number 70?
The Candlelight Processional, which
Agreed.
is amazing.
Yeah.
We see it every year.
Yep.
I pretty much almost tear up every time. It's just fantastic.
Yeah.
The singing, the reading.
Yeah, regardless of narrator, it's going to be outstanding.
Narrator, yeah, it's just fantastic.
And regardless of your religious background, whether you're super
I
religious, not religious at all, it's just wonderful. It's super good.
Yep.
Like definitely take some time to check out one of the many shows throughout November and December.
Mm-hmm.
Number 71 is Ride Mission Space.
I don't believe
in
it
my
needs,
letter as well.
Yeah, because I don't believe it needs to be on here.
No.
You do not need to ride Mission Space at Epcot, in my opinion.
I will say this. Mission Space. I'm trying to think of the way to word it. Out of everything that you could or should pass up on your Disney World vacation, Mission Space to me would be number one. It would be the number one can miss item.
Yeah.
Everything else falls after that, as little or as big as it is.
Mm-hmm.
That is the one thing that there's no need to do it.
I agree.
All right, number 72, see the fireworks over World Showcase Lagoon. Currently, we've got Luminous, A Symphony of Us, and I do agree. There's, regardless of the show that's going on, we don't love Luminous. I'd rather have Epcot forever. Obviously, of course, Harmonious. But, like, you should still see it.
Sure.
Don't you think?
Yeah, and you can see it while you're walking out.
Oh my God.
Just kidding. No,
all right,
it's
number
fine.
73, taste some tequila at La Cava del Tequila.
Yeah.
Now we have done this in the form of margaritas. We've never done a tequila tasting.
No.
And I'm out on that one now, and I don't think you're going to do it.
Nope.
But we have done margaritas.
We've had margaritas there, and we've had some good stuff there.
We have had some very good stuff there.
So, we've had a spicy margarita, we've had
done the Black
rose
Magic,
petal.
Neil Patrick Harris's. Yep,
so,
you've done the rose one.
Yep.
Avocado margarita.
Mm-hmm.
They do have a specific non-alcoholic beverage that is crafted there that I do want to go and try.
Okay.
It's just getting into La Cava can be hard.
Sometimes.
There's a long line. So
Mm-hmm.
you want to get there for a rope drop scenario usually. All right. How about number 74? You got to do the Grand Fiesta Tour starring the three Caballeros.
Yeah, that's fun.
And when you are done, you can listen to live music right there in the Mexican Pavilion for number 75.
Yeah.
Both
that's
of those
super
are
cool.
good. Yeah,
Yep.
Mexico Pavilion's great. Number 76, see the drummers in the Japan Pavilion.
Yes, that's
This
fun.
is fun to catch.
Yep, we've
Make
done
sure
that.
you see this. What is number 77, your favorite pastime at Epcot?
Try an array of caramel treats at Caramel Couche.
Yeah.
Which is really good. I have.
Just, even if you don't buy it, just walk through it and smell it.
Oh,
Just
you don't want
smell
to,
it.
though.
Yeah, you want to smell it.
No, you don't want to walk through and just smell it.
No, it'll
buy
guide
stuff.
you to buy something.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, if let's just say you were so like gung-ho on not buying anything, and you're that type of person that can keep to that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Walk through it and smell it.
Yep.
At least.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Number 78, Rhonda, the limoncello at the Italy Pavilion.
Yes, try it. It's
Yeah,
super
it's
good.
Amazing.
I
You
love
can also
it.
get Sambuca there.
You can.
And what is the third option? It's
Amaretto.
Amaretto.
Mhm.
Yep. We've done all
Yep.
three of those.
Yep.
And
The limoncello is so
the
good.
limoncello is very good there.
Mhm.
All right. Best places. Their number 79 is the best places for air conditioning in Epcot's World Showcase you want to find. What do you think is the best? I'll tell you where. It's the
Frozen's
time.
bathrooms.
Yep. You save number
Good.
2. Just save number 2 and make your way over to the Frozen bathroom.
Uh-huh.
And you can spend some time in there, right? Because it is the best spot for air conditioning in most of Disney. Now, though, if you come outside of World Showcase, right, up in your front Epcot neighborhood areas in World Celebration, you can go to Communicore Hall and Plaza.
Yes.
Go into the
that's
hall
nice.
there, and that's a great spot to catch
Yep.
some AC. Number 80, we just did this on our last trip, is see Voices of Liberty.
Mhm.
I will add to double this up with the American Adventure Show. Don't you agree? Do both
Yeah,
of
it
these
was.
together.
And that's also another air conditioned place.
Yes,
So,
it is.
There you
They're
go.
a nap spot,
Uh-huh.
right?
Perfect.
All right, Disney Springs. What are we doing first at Disney Springs? And we've done this.
The customized Christmas tree ornaments at Disney Springs, at Disney Days of Christmas.
We've done this.
Yeah, this is
You good?
this is the Christmas shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I was like,
over by Earl of Sandwich.
yeah. First of all, I was thinking it was the Christmas tree, the Christmas tree trail.
Oh, the stroll.
Stroll, whatever.
Yeah, this is just like over in Magic Kingdom at Ye Olde Christmas Shop.
Yes.
This is Disney Days of Christmas. We have
this
done
is cool.
customized ornaments
Yep.
in here. You know, this is the spot. While Ye Olde Christmas Shop is wonderful, and I know a lot of people that will say we collect an ornament every trip. If you know you're going to go to Springs, I would wait and shop at Disney Springs.
Because this is larger.
Yeah, much larger. It's going to have a lot more. We have actually not done 82. Now, we have shopped at the Lego store.
We were
have
going
bought
to.
minifigure keychains at the Lego store, and we bought items at the Lego store. We've never built a minifigure.
We were going to.
Yeah, what happened?
The time it was, I can't remember if it was one of the kids. I think it was Talon and Kaylin with us.
Oh,
and
there
we
was
were
a
going to
line,
do
wasn't there?
that. And it was like a time, like it was like, it's an hour to 2 wait. And we were just kind of shopping. I think we were done with lunch and we were going to head back to the hotel. So we were like, no, we're
skipped
not
out
going
on
to.
it.
Yep.
All right, well, it's on the list now.
All right.
Now we've done 83, which is hop aboard. This was when the kids were little. Hop aboard the Marketplace Train Express and the Marketplace Carousel.
They did that.
You got it. Heck, the last time we went by, Lacey said, you remember it wasn't open.
Yeah.
She said, I want to ride the carousel.
And I was going to let
It's
him.
like $5 a ride for a token, but it is just, again, it's one of those where when you're on your Disney trip, and I understand you got to stay within budgeting and all, but this is where I think you always have some extra funds that is like a whatever budget.
100%.
Or maybe you call it the say yes budget.
Yeah.
And like, this is a say yes. When you walk by here and just say you got 2 kids and they go, we want to ride the carousel. And you're like, all right, well, mom's got to get on it too. So that's $15. And you're thinking, I don't want to spend $15 to ride a carousel for a couple minutes. This is stupid. Just do it because you're going to catch the most amazing photos.
Yeah.
And to a kid, this carousel at Disney Springs, which is a 1/8 of the size, is just as exciting as Prince Charming's carousel right there next to the castle. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
To them, it's just as incredible.
Yeah.
Spend the $15 and get the memories for
Yeah.
it, right? Number 84, shop and buy a personalized phone case at the Marketplace Co-op. We have done this,
We have
right?
done.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They will
Now
not
you can-
put Main Street Magic on it.
No, they won't.
Yeah, because they were worried. They thought they didn't like the Main Street, and they thought that it was going to be some sort of copywritten term.
And you're like, it's
I'm
not.
like, no, it's
But-
not. So I got MSM
Yep.
on it. That was my Haunted Mansion case,
Mhm.
but
Now they have magnets. They have all kinds
of stuff you can customize, but it's right there in the Marketplace Co-op. On the left as you walk in the main entrance, and it's definitely a cool place to get some stuff. Magic bands. Number 85, get the Disney Photo Pass Studio. So this is before the Marketplace. It's connected. It's still in the Marketplace area. It used to be a guest relations before they opened that big nice guest relations building, and now it's a wonderful photo opportunity, and it's seasonal. So there's different stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So go check that
cool.
out.
I forgot
Number
about that.
86, if you can only shop at one place at Disney World, I think this is it. Don't you?
World of Disney? Yeah. 100%.
This is number one place to buy.
Yeah.
This is the place to get your souvenirs, you know?
Oh,
You can skip the Emporium. Let's just say you're at the parks. You know, you can do the locker trick. We learned recently, rent a locker up front, put your stuff in there. But, you know, you're at Magic Kingdom day 1 and Epcot day 2, and you don't want to go through and deal with all this stuff at the Emporium or over at Creations. You know you got a day at Disney Springs. This is the day to shop, and that is the place to do it at. Let's say number 87 we have not done, and that is get vegan and gluten-free desserts at Aaron McKenna's Bakery NYC. We have not been there at all yet. So
where's that
it has
at?
to go on the list. I honestly don't know.
Is it brand new?
Though. It's fairly new, yes.
I would love to, because gluten-free, when they do it right, it's almost better than gluten stuff.
Well, speaking of gluten and getting it all.
Oh, yeah.
All the gluten you want. What is number 88? And this is highly recommended unless, obviously, you're gluten-free, because they don't make any gluten-free products.
Unfortunately. Which is Gideon's Bakehouse. And thank you, Rachel, for turning us on to this.
Oh, yeah.
She got some and made us try it. And I was like, son of a gun. Now I have to go get some.
Lives up to the hype. It really does.
Really does.
Yeah, it's like
fantastic.
No cookie you'll ever try. All right, let's go on to number 89. There's going to be a lot of eating, of course.
Yes. And this is going to Raglan Road's Irish Pub and Restaurant. Not only eating, but you get dinner and a show here, which is great. There's dancers and singing and all kinds of stuff. It's really, really cool. And the food's great.
Yes, it can be very good.
Yeah.
We had one kind of bad time there, but every other time we've really enjoyed it. What about number 90?
We haven't done.
We've done this. Are you sure? We've never done this? Gotten a ice cream at Ghirardelli's
and the soda fountain chocolate shop.
Have we gotten ice cream from there?
I'm trying to remember now.
I think we've done shakes or something.
I think we did one.
Yeah. So we have done it though.
Okay.
But now that we love ice cream so much more than I feel like we used to love ice cream.
You know, today's National Ice Cream Day.
It is not. Where do you want ice cream for your birthday?
My mommy's told me. I called my mommy before we
course.
started recording, and she said, I bet Wits is probably doing something. Jeremy should take you up there. And I'm like, holy crap, I've eaten so much this week.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I probably don't need to.
But we might.
Oh,
you know their
Lord.
flavor of the day?
No.
Creme brulee.
Well, then we need to go probably after this and just get a snack.
We might have to, yeah.
Because remember, they sell out.
Yeah, they can sell out of their flavors of the day. Yeah. All right, we'll have to look at doing that. Number 91, yeah, we'll just go with it, I guess. But Shop the Savannah Bee Company. You've been in there. That's in the Disney Springs. I can never get the sides right. I can never get the locations right. But it's the newest of the sections. It's undercover, close there to Chicken Guys, and it's got honeys and like all kinds of clothes. It's very it's okay. I don't know why it's on this list. I think there's better places to shop and other things to do here. But
I agree.
Go ahead and knock it off your list.
Yeah.
Number 92 showed up. We've never done it, but it means that I have to do it because these are the types of things we're trying to do now in our podcasting adventure. Is leave it up to fate sometimes. We did that random Disney day where we selected items. We started to do different things like this. So this number 92 is the death balloon.
How do you say that word?
Aerophile.
Why is it called that?
I don't know. It's an aerophile.
Sometimes it can fit 29
characters
people
in flight. That's way too many people to go on there.
It's an 8-minute ride. It takes you up 400 feet in the air.
Now,
and on clear days, riders can see up to 10 miles out.
All right.
Did you know this?
My stomach hurt just thinking about it.
Well,
you could go up in it, and then it counts as the podcast having
that's
done
fine.
it. Right?
I can do it.
I don't know what it would take to get me up in this thing.
I would have to make sure I have a patch on, though. I think the movement of it will be like a boat.
Yeah.
It'll be very subtle, small movement. And
but it's enough to
8 minutes, I think,
that's a lot.
It is. And I think I would be like, okay, I'd be green when I came down.
Yeah.
I'd be afraid.
8 minutes, doing something for 8 minutes that you don't necessarily want to do feels like an eternity.
Yes,
like
it does.
8 minutes is not long.
No.
But like if you're on a treadmill, 8 minutes feels like forever. If you're up in a balloon, 400 feet in a caged balloon. Again, if that thing goes in the water, it's feeding time.
Okay.
We're just serving. There's like, here, alligators, we brought you this meal. That's all it is.
Okay. I don't think there's alligators in there.
Number 93. We did this recently. We got some clothesline bacon. We got some chicharrones. We got some wonderful mocktails at the Edison.
Yes.
And what kind of nighttime performance did we see that evening?
Singers. They were like, you have this like steampunk vibe from the 1920s. And they were like on this show that they were a radio show. And then, we were like,
it's like we were a live audience on a radio show.
Super cool.
It was cool. So it was like they'd be off air.
Yeah.
Imagine you're on air listening somewhere else. They'd
like,
be off air and they do commercials and like it was just really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like a 1920s radio show, but you were there watching it being broadcast live.
Yeah.
And the food here is great. The cocktails are incredible.
Mm-hmm.
The atmosphere is unbelievable. And then even if you were going to go spin, here's what I would do with number 94. Is saying dine at Enzo's Hideaway. Like I'd go to the bar at Enzo's Hideaway and I'd get yourself maybe their charcuterie, their big old charcuterie. Get yourself some cocktails there. Then you can literally walk because the Enzo's Hideaway doesn't have its own bathrooms. You have to go into the bottom floor of the Edison.
Right.
So you actually walk back through the back end of Enzo's Hideaway speakeasy. Like it kind of feels like you're going into like a employee only area.
Yeah,
it takes you right into the Edison where you could go and sit and have an actual meal, watch the live music at night. Like that would be a cool night out.
Yeah, it would.
Another cool night out would be number 95. What's that?
To go see Drawn to Life by Cirque du Soleil.
That's so good.
It is so good. We've seen that one and then we saw the one prior to that one. And that they're fantastic. So whatever is here, go see.
Yeah. And I mean, we should have Drawn to Life for a while now. Yeah. It could be on a good decades or so run, but it is well worth going to see. Number 96, question to get a lot, especially as we start to get back into football season. That's a lot, is where to watch the game.
Yes.
And City Works Eatery and Poorhouse is one of the few really good spots.
And they've got good food.
Yeah.
Very good.
And we can do again before football season. We've done them in the past, like the best places to watch the game, because when you're at one of the 4 parks, there's nowhere inside of the park to watch the game.
Nope.
But we can give you recommendations on, you can duck out for a little bit and catch something, but City Works is a good spot sitting at the bar there. You say hello to Ricky. He's amazing there. Number 97. Now, we've not actually purchased anything from here, but we have walked through, right? So I'm putting it on the list. We got to buy something. We can get something customized maybe.
Okay. Which is the candy at the M&M store.
Yeah.
I think
you can get logos on them.
I think so. We could do
little Main Street Magic logos, maybe.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
But we've totally walked through here multiple times.
It's cool.
Yeah,
Just you look at the pricing and you're like, my Lord, that is ridiculous.
It's hard because you look at the pricing and then you're like, I can go buy a bag of M&Ms for, and it's not like they have like an M&M in there that's like got
That's what I wish.
Peanut butter and jelly in it.
I wish they had
something.
flavors that were specific to the store, or they had more unique type items. The way I feel that the Coca-Cola store does, right? You can go in there and get sodas. You can't just go to Publix or your local restaurant or whatever and get. So I think that would be pretty cool. Speaking of Coca-Cola store, number 8, go up to the Coca-Cola rooftop beverage bar. This is a lot of fun. You have some of the best views. Go up here around sunset if you can get a spot. They do have flights of both alcoholic and non-alcoholic. Oh, no, I'm sorry. They got rid of the alcoholic beverages. They had some issues with underage drinking. So you can no longer get alcoholic beverages there, but you can get flights. So this is like Club Cool with a view, right?
Yeah, but with good sodas.
Yeah. Number 99, go to Sprinkles. Go to the Cupcake ATM.
That's fun.
I don't think their cupcakes are the best thing in the world, but the experience of getting a cupcake out of an ATM is worth every penny of this. And they're still good cupcakes. I just don't think. I actually think the on-property Disney produced ones are better than Sprinkles.
Yeah,
Would you
I
agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go back and get the Dole Whip one from.
Go back to the Poly.
Yeah,
and get
Poly,
that. That was so stinking good.
So good.
And finally, number 100 is just shop the variety of stores representing multitude of brands.
We've done that.
Yeah. I mean,
with our children.
And funny
Lacey,
enough,
she's a brand girl.
Well, you know, here's the thing too. We talk sometimes about Disney Springs and you go past some of these stores and you're like, why on earth? Because everything's expensive, right? And you think, why on earth would you come here on your Disney trip just to buy so-and-so? Well, a couple reasons. One, you might see things that you can't get anywhere else. Number two, if you're an annual pass holder, most all of these stores you can save using your annual pass, right? Like Ron John Surf Shop or Volcom. You know, some of these places, it's actually better to shop here for us because we get a discount.
Right. And it might be 10% or whatever, but still it is a little bit. And hey, I will take every penny I can get. So how many did we end up with?
While I'm counting that we need to do, just talk real quick about if you do want to shop Pandora, why it's not so great to shop at Disney Springs and where people should shop.
Yes, because I think you do only get 10% at Disney Springs, but in parks you get 20%. And in parks, they have the in-park exclusives, which I do not believe they have that at Springs.
Yes.
So if you go to Springs and you're like, oh, I was at, Animal Kingdom and I want this particular one, I do not believe if it is a park exclusive, it is not at Springs.
Yeah.
So,
but it is a good place to pop in and get your Pandora jewelry cleaned.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So, all right, we've not done 12 things on this list.
Only 12.
So we knocked out 88 of 100.
Okay.
Listeners, go through the list, see if you can beat us. And so we have 12 things. What do you think is fair? Do you want to give us to the end of the year? Do you want to give us 1 year's time? Like, what do you think we should try and set to complete? Because I'll put all these in my notes on my phone, so we always have access. We can check them off as we do them.
I say a year to date.
A year to date. All right. So we're going to complete all these
this
by
is
your birthday.
687. So I'll be, oh, God.
All right. We have to do all of these by July 21st, 2025. We have to do these 12 items.
Okay.
All right. We'll put
Sounds
this on our
fair.
phone and we'll get to it.
All right.
Go ahead out to Main ST Magic. You can catch us on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Of course, you can go out to Main Street Magic Community. If you search for that on Facebook, you can ask to join. And we would love to hear you reply or, send us an email, magic@mainstmagic.com. Let us know how many of these 100 you have done.
Yeah.
I'll make sure to put the link in the show notes so you can see the exact one in case you don't want to sit and just follow along to us rambling, right? It'd be kind of hard that way, but you can go through the list. Let us know what you got. Of course, hit subscribe, get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. And Rhonda and I would be very thankful. It'd be a beautiful, beautiful birthday present to her if you could please go out and leave us a rating and review.
Because it really does help our show grow.
That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.